So you know that the competitor of this PlayStation console is the Xbox console owned by Microsoft. So today we are getting ready to talk about how the Xbox console is getting ready to compete with the PlayStation console in the year 2023. Considering the past 2 years, the Xbox console is far behind compared to the PlayStation console. So they should work to reduce this gap even in 2023. But there is still a problem that there is a solution for that. So in this video I will talk about it specially. So let's talk today about how this Xbox console will be ready for the year 2023. You may remember that in November 2020, two of the most popular video game consoles, PlayStation and Xbox, released their latest generation consoles, PlayStation 5 and Series X, respectively. These two consoles completed their second birthday in November 2022. In the past 2 years, the Xbox console has been quieter compared to the PlayStation 5 console. Sony Interactive Entertainment, which surpassed the gaming industry by releasing games like God of War Ragnarok, which was even nominated for the Game of the Year award. Their PlayStation 5 console easily surpassed the Xbox Series X console to take the first place in the console market. Compared to it, Xbox game studios were unable to release any premium games, so their Xbox Series X received very bad responses from the gaming community. So far, Sony has worked to get a good audience response for the PlayStation 5 console by presenting several strong plans for the year 2023. In such a situation, Xbox Series X, as a competitor of PlayStation 5, has had to make a strong effort to maintain its position in the gaming console market by causing a big revolution. The most crucial step taken by Xbox game studios in 2023 is to close the deal with Activision Blizzard. You must be aware of this Activision Blizzard deal. In January of last year, Microsoft, the parent company of Xbox, bought Activision Blizzard for $68 billion. But the entire procedure of this type of purchase is not completed in one day. For that, taking the help of others and taking the rights of the game titles owned by Activision and Blizzard Studios, making important decisions about the necessary intellectual and human property, we have to spend some time. So now that time is coming to an end and we are at the final stage of this deal. So, after completing those activities, it will take some more time for the exclusive rights of all the studios belonging to Activision and Blizzard to be under Microsoft's ownership of the games belonging to those studios and the resources used to develop those games. The biggest obstacle they have here is that the U.S. Federal Trade Commission has expressed its opposition to this transaction. They allege that because Activision Blizzard was released in an open market, and the transaction was done directly between the two parties without allowing an auction, other companies who wanted to buy Activision Blizzard were to the extreme. Microsoft's company has a great chance to overcome this challenge. Therefore, most of these projects will be completed by 2023. At the same time, Microsoft's games and the studios under it will become the sole owner of extremely popular games like Call of Duty under Activision Blizzard. The most important thing here is that in the year 2023, the Call of Duty franchise owned by Activision Company and the Diablo franchise owned by Blizzard Company are also scheduled to release a new game. Before being owned by Microsoft, they made a $7.5 billion purchase in 2021. That is the purchase of Bethesda and ZeniMax Media Studio. Several game studios belong to these studios. The Xbox X games created by this studio for Xbox are becoming popular now. 2 of these games will be released in the first 6 months of 2023. The first is Redfall, developed by Arcane Studios and released by Bethesda Softworks. Redfall is scheduled to be released on May 2, 2023. This Redfall, which has given more attention to the multiplayer game mod, is designed as a first-person shooter game. The other game is Starfield, developed and published by Bethesda. This is an action role-playing game with a story about cosmic exploration. The significance of this Starfield is that it has been nominated for the Best Anticipated Game Award in 2022 The Game Awards. Due to this recommendation, Starfield has gained some attraction in the gaming community. Bethesda has officially announced that this game will be released in the first few months of 2023, although there is still no exact release date for this Starfield. In addition to these games, several other third-party game titles are scheduled to be released for Xbox Series X in the coming year. Games such as Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl developed by GSC Game, Hellblade 2 developed by Ninja Theory and Fable developed by Playgrounds Games are among them. But still the problem is that there is not a single game among these titles that managed to surprise the world. This creates a severe disadvantage for Xbox in the competition between PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. Also, rumors are spreading that some of these games will be released for PlayStation in the future. It has created another disadvantageous situation for Xbox. Also, some of these games are going to be released on PC through Xbox Game Pass. But you know that PlayStation games are not released for PC in that way. So that's why many games on Xbox are called as Xbox exclusive. But actually those games can be played on both Xbox and PC. It creates a disadvantageous situation for Xbox in the competition with PlayStation. In fact, this Xbox gaming community is based around this Xbox Game Pass. After buying the Xbox Game Pass for a certain period of time, many people are interested in buying the Xbox console because they are able to play any game that can be played using that plan. Also, the people who play those games on PCs through the Xbox PC Pass will gradually increase their interest in Xbox, and eventually they will even be motivated to buy an Xbox console. This is why the Xbox Game Pass is so valuable to the gaming community. Because of the current economic crisis that the world is facing, many people are trying to leave this field because they have to spend a lot of money to buy video games. It has been possible to prevent to some extent due to the existence of subscription services such as Xbox Game Pass. As a result, we can introduce the Xbox Game Pass as a good solution for the economic problems that will come in the future. So in the coming year 2023, if they want to be popular, they should try to make this Xbox Game Pass as popular as possible. Even if they don't buy the Xbox console through it, PC players are ready to spend money for the Xbox PC Game Pass. Therefore, rather than releasing new games this year, Xbox Game Studios should try to release more games for their Xbox Game Pass or try to improve the existing Game Pass. Xbox Game Studios has taken another special action for the development of the gaming industry in 2023. That is to give more space to indie game titles in Xbox Game Pass. It should be known that indie game titles released by various game companies will be made available through Xbox Game Pass in the future. Last year also, some of the indie games they provided through Xbox Game Pass became very popular. Therefore, in 2023, Xbox may have decided to give more opportunities to these indie game titles than the previous year. In fact, it doesn't cost a lot of money to provide these indie games through Game Pass, so Xbox doesn't have a big disadvantage. But through this, Xbox has the ability to get a good name in the gaming industry due to its more attraction and contribution to indie games. This is really a good thing from the gaming industry's point of view. Through that, game developers who are still at a low level can be helped to rise to the top. But in my opinion, the value of such measures is very minimal to compete with the PlayStation console for the first place in the console market. Sony hopes to sell 30 million PlayStation 5 next year. In the last 2 years, while the PlayStation 5 console sold 30 million copies, only 14 million copies of Xbox Series X and Xbox Series XS were sold. Therefore, we see that Xbox has to be more strategic and opportunistic. Also, no matter how backward the Xbox console, it should continue to exist, because that is how Sony PlayStation gets a good competitor. The more competition in the gaming industry, the more good designs are created. Therefore, as a gaming community, it is our responsibility to encourage the Xbox console to be competitive. So after watching this video, you will understand that Xbox has not done anything important to compete with PlayStation, especially except for a few Xbox exclusives games that are released. They do not have anything competitive enough to give a good competition to the PlayStation. So let's see if they will participate in this competition in a competitive manner in the future. Microsoft, which owns Xbox, is a company with money that needs to create this kind of competition. Therefore, we are waiting for Xbox to cause some changes in the gaming industry. I want to remind you that I am working hard to make this video. Remember to subscribe as a help for that hard work. See you in another video like this.